Hi folks, I'd like to welcome you to episode 13 of the Busyness TV show on busyness.com. This is the show dedicated to helping you to get out of busyness and get down to business. I'm Dr. Brad Semp, aka the Busyness Doctor, and I'd like to thank you for being here. Today's episode is brought to us by ilivewithadisability.com, or ILWAD for short. Now, ilivewithadisability.com is a place for those who refuse to allow a disability to be a defect, a disadvantage, or to result in defeat. So check them out right now at ilivewithadisability.com. Now in today's show, I'm going to cover some new nail clippers. Very cool nail clippers called the Klhip. And then I have a special treat, an interview with LinkedIn expert and good friend, Lewis Howes. You're not going to want to miss that. And I'll wrap up with an Ask Dr. Brad session about autoresponders. So it's now time for our Buck the System segment. This is a segment in which we take a look at real life examples where people buck the system to produce extraordinary results. Now what does that mean? It simply means this, that whatever actions they're taking, the processes or systems that they're using, or the products that they've designed, they change it. They don't simply say, you know what, I have something there and it works, and so we're not going to improve it. No, there's always room for improvement. Your job, though, in life and in business is to figure out what areas, what systems, what processes, what actions that you've designed can be designed better. So I've got two products today. One in particular I want to look at first is a fingernail clipper. Right, here's a little fingernail clipper, the toenail clipper, and you know what these are, right? You push down on the one end, you have a cantilevered arm, and it pushes down on the clipping end here. Right? Now, just like this, but have you ever, whoop, there we go. Have you ever pushed down on that end and you push, whether the clippers are too dull or your fingernail is too strong, maybe you're healthy, you take vitamins, you have a strong fingernail and it doesn't cut? Yeah, I think we've all been there before. I stumbled across the Klhip. It's K-L-H-I-P. It's called the Ultimate Clipper, right? And it's something that has been reverse engineered from the standard clipper to the Klhip. So you can check it out at klhip.com, right? And what they do essentially is rather than pushing on the cantilevered end, they push down above the clipping end. Better ergonomics, more effortless, and essentially they claim that you get a better clip, a more smoother clip, no nail filing or anything that's necessary. And I love this quote from a clip designer. It says, "Conventional nail clippers are backwards. They are controlled from the wrong end." So what is it in your life and in your business that is controlled from the wrong end or backwards, not producing the results that you intend? It's your job to identify those and to fix it, not to be content, but to be continuously improving, right? So these clippers work. Is there something better? Check out the Klhip, maybe. Now one more quick example. Ever see a staple gun? This is called the Power Shot. A normal staple gun you would push like this and the staple would come out here. This guy, same concept as the Klhip on the clipper side of it, is you push down above the exit point. So just like this. Got you 1 out of 4. I'm gonna have to pick those up. But anyways, you can see exactly here, two products that they worked before, but they've been improved. And I want you to think about that in your life, in your business. What actions are you taking? What processes or systems can you improve even though they're working? So now it's time for our I Hate Guru segment. This is a segment in which I interview not gurus, but experts. Is there a difference? I don't know. I just don't like the word guru. So today I'm absolutely privileged to have the opportunity to interview one of the world's foremost authorities on using and leveraging LinkedIn. This gentleman is also a very close friend of mine. We met several years ago. In fact, he gave me an autographed copy here of his book, Linked Working. He also was a former professional football player and was the mastermind behind a product that I recommended recently called Linked Influence. And I know many of you purchased that, and I've heard tremendous feedback about that product as well. So without further ado, I want you to pay attention to Mr. Lewis Howes on this interview and watch as he even opens my eyes. And I'm a user of LinkedIn every day already. So enjoy this. So Lewis Howes, welcome to the Busyness TV show here. I'm glad to have you on board.
Thanks for having me, Brad.
Cool. And as I was just giving the intro, I want to show folks here your book, Linked Working. So awesome, awesome book. I know you gifted me this many years ago when we
Uh-huh.
first met, and I've been through this thing multiple times. I pulled it out recently. It's just filled with tons of valuable content. And so I told my folks they have to pick your book up here, Linked Working. So, but hey, first question I want to jump into is, this segment is called the I Hate Guru segment. Now, you're not
Okay.
really a guru, are you?
I don't know. What do you think?
Well, you know what? I don't really hate gurus. I just don't like the word. But I can
Sure.
tell you, you're an absolute expert when it comes to LinkedIn, and I know your story. But
Uh-huh.
for our viewers' sake here, how was it that you became one of the world's foremost authorities on LinkedIn?
Before we get started, I have to say you have to push down those dummy dolls up there from Detroit because being from Ohio, I can't look at that this whole time during this interview. But how I got started on LinkedIn is I used to play arena football back in 2007. I got injured. Yeah, put that down. I was kidding. I got injured. Actually, it was so arena football is actually played in a hockey rink with turf
With
on it.
Steve Eiserman.
Exactly, yeah. So I got injured as I was diving for a football into the wall. I dove and snapped my wrist down on the wall. Long story short, I had to have surgery on my wrist. They took a bone out of my hip, put it into my wrist, and for the next 6 months, I was in a cast
Mm.
like this, full arm cast from here to here. And I couldn't work. I couldn't work out. I didn't have any work experience. I didn't have a degree at the time. I was 5 credits shy, and I was trying to figure out how to make some money, really, how to get a job, how to really find some type of business opportunity that was legitimate. A
Hmm.
mentor of mine suggested getting on LinkedIn because it was a big business network at the time with 20 million members then, back in early 2008, late 2007. Now it's over 100 million members,
Yeah.
early 2011. And I took his advice to heart and literally spent about 6 to 8 hours a day on LinkedIn for the next 6 months while I was in that cast. Started to see a lot of kind of just different results for myself. Even though I didn't have a consulting business or a product or service or anything, I started really just kind of getting connected to big industry thought leaders in the sports world, because that's where I was kind of hanging out first with all sports professionals. Then I started to show people, hey, this is how I'm kind of seeing success on LinkedIn. This is how I think you should apply it to your LinkedIn profile, your LinkedIn strategy for your business and service or your events business or whatever it may be. I would just tell people I would do this if I was in your situation. They would implement it, and they started to see results pretty fast. The more I did that, I started to charge for kind of my services. Then I wrote a book and created products ever since, and that's kind of how it all started.
And the rest was history. And
Yeah,
many of my folks I know purchased your Linked Influence product just recently. You
yeah,
had
they
an
did.
awesome launch there, and
Thank you.
it's just a great product. So thanks for offering that, and I was glad to pass it on to my viewership. So,
Yeah,
so
thanks.
one of the things that I always love about you is you're able to connect with many experts in particular niches. In fact, you and I were just having a conversation before we came on here, and you said, "Hey, I can connect you with so and so."
Sure.
And I know from day one you've told me, man, I've been able to connect with so many people from LinkedIn. And LinkedIn seems to be, in some cases, not always, but sometimes that redheaded stepchild that people are always focused on
Yes.
Facebook and Twitter.
Twitter. Yep.
But you've given a lot of advantages and benefits of using LinkedIn as opposed to Facebook or Twitter. Can you
Right.
rehash some of those just so people understand why LinkedIn is so important to their business?
Yeah, I think the first question everyone needs to ask themselves who's watching this is, what is my main business goal or primary professional objective? And if if you have a business or if you have a service or a product or consulting, then you want to spend most of your time on LinkedIn, in my opinion, just because LinkedIn's got the highest average household income per member over any other social networking site, more than around ten to $15,000 more on Twitter and Facebook. And it's at $109,000 is the average household income. 45% of users on LinkedIn are business decision makers, whereas on Twitter and Facebook, it's in the 25 to 29% range. And this information is somewhere online. I'm not just making this up, so you can do some
Right.
research and find out about it. But um, so if you're in business and you're trying to grow your business or find valuable business connections, then you want to hang out with people who are decision makers and who have money, in my opinion. You don't want to hang out with people who don't have money and can't make decisions.
Hmm.
You're more likely to find those individuals on Twitter and Facebook. Even though they have more members, the averages are lower. So
Yeah.
better business decision makers who have more income. And the mindset is different. I think when you go on LinkedIn, you don't go on LinkedIn, Brad, and say, I'm going to go look through my friends' profiles and see what videos they posted or pictures they have from college You don't go there for that. There's one single focus, and it's career oriented, it's business oriented, it's professional oriented. It's not, let's just goof around and have fun and browse through things. You don't browse forever on LinkedIn unless you're looking for a specific person, niche, topic, something like that. So it's a different mindset, and it's a different shift when people use LinkedIn.
No, great. They're great. So the propensity to find those experts there is much, much higher. And as you said, you go there with a specific purpose. And let's hit on that again. You go after those specific experts. How does somebody go about doing that? Let's say they want to find an expert in a LinkedIn expert like yourself. What were the what's the steps that somebody would go through to find you?
Easiest thing you can do is go to LinkedIn, and then on the top right-hand corner of any section you're on LinkedIn, there's a little search box. Just type in keywords for the person you want to find. So if you want to find a LinkedIn expert, you can type in that. Or if you want to find a sales coach or a book consultant or an IT person or a marketing expert or whatever it may be, you can find them easily by just typing it in. And you'll see hundreds of thousands of people, depending on the search term. You may see thousands of people or hundreds of people. But for a popular term like internet marketing, you probably see tens of thousands of names pop up. You can then just sift through the names, see which ones are most credible, see how you're connected to them, get introduced to your network and things like that.
Yeah. Now I know when you go to that search bar up there, you can select people, or you can select groups or answers. So is it a viable strategy to use those same keyword terms and look through answers, look through groups as well?
Exactly. I mean, you could do groups. The good way to find an expert in a group is just going to the group section, doing a keyword search again, and then seeing the most popular groups that pop up. Usually the owner of that group is a pretty well-known thought leader in that space, or they've got someone in that niche or in that industry who is a thought leader and an expert. So you can definitely do the search in the groups as well.
Awesome. So now, I know when we were promoting the LinkedIn product there, and you corrected me on one of my emails, and you mentioned this earlier, when you got started, LinkedIn had about 20 million folks, and now they had, and I think I said something out that had 80 million. And what is it? What is it right now?
Well, it's 100 million, but in my video actually that I created like a month and a half ago or a couple months ago, I think I said 80 or 90 million members in the video that I promoted this product with. So I was even wrong because I said in the video, but they're growing over a person a second right now, which isn't as fast as Twitter or Facebook, but they're still growing very rapidly and exponentially. And they're about to go public here this year. They're the first kind of major social network that's announced they're going public, which I think is going to turn a lot of heads. And they're doing some new cool things to really advance their platform with LinkedIn Today, which is kind of like a news sharing section on their site. They're also doing, I think the company pages is going to be all better than Facebook fan pages in a sense. It's not going to be as viral, but it's going to be better, and it's going to help companies kind of sell their services or products even more than on Facebook pages.
Are the company pages actually up and usable right now?
Company pages are up. You can add videos to them to explain products, services. You can add testimonials, recommendations, really cool stuff.
Where have you been, Lewis? I didn't know that.
Exactly. You got to go through the LinkedIn Influence product to see all the information in there.
I know. So with how fast that's growing, what year did you write your book here?
That was March of 2009, so literally 2 years ago.
Okay, so 2 years. So here's the deal. Now I'm going to put you on the spot big time.
Sure.
You've already given us awesome new things. The company page I didn't even know about. But give me one with the platform growing so fast, one of your best strategies that most people don't know about to leverage LinkedIn.
Well, one of the best strategies to leverage LinkedIn, a lot of people probably know this, but hardly anyone does this because they're lazy.
Okay.
Is creating your own LinkedIn group based around an idea or a topic or a niche. So, for example, Brad, you've got business.com. So maybe like a personal development or time management group. So the time management network or personal development network or something like that. Creating a group for people to get tips, information, and resources around an idea or a problem or a network or whatever it may be, not calling it the name of your company, but calling it something that is a broader based, I guess, niche or an industry. That way you're attracting a network of people to come into this tribe, I guess, if you're creating. When you're the owner of the group, you can send a message once a week. So I've got groups that have 10,000 members, one has over 37,000 members, and it's basically a free email marketing list that gets 100% deliverability to the inbox, And I can send a message once a week to all my members absolutely for free. So it's a, it's a way to basically build an asset within LinkedIn.
Oh, I gotta love that. Gotta love that. So we're running out of time here, but I wanna hit you up with one more question.
Okay.
I teach a concept called action units, or the AU for short, the AU planning method. And an action unit, or an AU, is a 15-minute focused increment of time where you're focused on a particular action, right, or a task for those 15 minutes, and you're eliminating all distractions and interruptions. So you're just knocking something out. And every day has 96 AUs in it. And so what we're teaching folks is to design their actions rather than letting their actions to control themselves. And so you think about from a business standpoint, especially small business and entrepreneurs, there's so many things that are grabbing those AUs and sucking them out of you, to the point where you just don't have any left in your day. But somebody who wants to engage in the LinkedIn platform, and if I want to say, hey, to leverage and optimize, actually leverage the LinkedIn platform, what is one AU, 15 minutes a day, that somebody can do for LinkedIn, and over time, doing that consistently, we'll reap the benefits of doing that action.
15 minutes a day, this is what I would do. If there's one thing you'd focus on. One is responding to, after you go through and kind of optimize your profile and do all that stuff, and you have everything good to go, what I would do is, if you're creating content, so for example, if you're putting down videos on business.com, each and every time you post a new article, video, interview, whatever it may be, you should be going to your home profile section on LinkedIn, entering in your status update section, so just posting a status update with the information about the link to your article or your sales page or whatever it is you want to promote. Then publish it to your network. Once you click share your status update, it'll go out to all your thousands of connections or how many connections you have. After that, so that's one part. Part two is then clicking on the share button again for that status update. When you do that, a pop-up window will pop up, and you'll see you can click on share to groups. So click on the little tab that says share to groups, and then you want to start typing in all of the group names that you're a member of. So join up to 50 different groups around your niche. So if you're writing about articles for entrepreneurs, then join all the entrepreneurs, business professional groups. Some have over a couple 100,000 members. So join all of those groups, and then you want to start typing in and send that article to the discussion area of all those groups. It takes about 2 to 3 minutes to do this one action, but as opposed to sharing that article with each group one by one, you can click share on your home page, and it'll go to every group at one time. All the discussion section areas, it'll also send an email update to all those members. So you're basically getting free traffic to all these members in these various targeted groups around the article that you want to send each and every time you do that.
Brother, awesome. Awesome. So we're going to get that documented for folks, and you can get that out there as an action unit as part of their day. So, and that's why I love LinkedIn. I mean, every time I talk to you, you're blowing my mind with stuff, because and I do some of it, but you continually are learning, continually are following that platform, and continually are bringing up new strategies and tactics. And that's why I love to stay in touch with you, brother. So
yeah, man.
Yeah. So hey, thanks for coming on our I Hate Guru segment of the Busyness TV show. And where can folks find out more information about you?
Yeah, best place to go is just my name, lewishowes.com, and you can follow me on Twitter, Facebook, LinkedIn, and just check me out from there.
LEWISHOWES, correct?
Correct.
lewishowes.com. So hey, Lewis, thank you very much, buddy. And you be well, and we'll talk to you very, very soon.
Thanks, my man.
All right,
we'll see you.
Bye-bye. Hi, folks. It's now time for our Ask Dr. Brad segment. This is a segment in which you ask questions and I answer them. So you can submit your question by going to busyness.com and looking for the Ask Dr. Brad icon. Why would you want to do that? Because if I select your question and answer it on air, you will receive a gift, our Entrepreneur Cash Map package valued at $497. And so today, I'd like to congratulate Jamie H. from Lubbock, Texas. Jamie, you'll be the recipient of lifetime access to our Entrepreneur Cash Map package. So thanks for your question, and here it is. Jamie says, Dr. Brad, I am starting a new online business to sell children's pajamas. My website is being designed now. I have a list of contacts in MS Outlook, that's Microsoft Outlook. I saw your Busyness live event last week on Autoresponders. I think I need one. What do I need to know about setting up an autoresponder? Well, Jamie, thank you again for your question. And it's a great one because so many people get caught up and think that Microsoft Outlook or using Gmail or Hotmail or Yahoo or whatever email platform it is that you use is all you need to do to communicate with clients or prospects on the business side. Absolutely wrong answer. What you need is an autoresponder. Now, an autoresponder is a way to manage your email. I call it an email management and autoresponder service. There's two of them that we use, and so those are going to be the two that I recommend because I only recommend stuff that I use. Number one, listping.com. Now, you've probably seen them as a sponsor of the show. Listping.com, you can create an account for only $1 for the first 30 days at listping, listping.com. The second one is FeedBlitz, FeedBlitz. Now, FeedBlitz is one that my team and I stumbled across, I don't know, maybe a year and a half or 2 years ago. We now use that for all of our front-end blogging. So when you receive the messages from me that have my ugly little mugshot and says Dr. Brad Semp's Busyness Blog, that's actually coming from FeedBlitz. So Listping and FeedBlitz are the two that I would recommend. Right? And we have CashMat packages that show you exactly how to set those up. Also, once you sign up for that, what you're going to want to do is import your contacts into there and then set up a web form and drop that web form onto your website and give somebody something of value. Offer them something of value like a free report or a free autoresponder series where you are providing them advice timed maybe over 7 days or 7 weeks or whatever it may be. But what's important is you want to get that email management and autoresponder set up, pick one of those, set up a web form, get that into your website, import your contacts, if you have any, in there, and that's how you are going to want to communicate with your clients and prospects. It gives you many, many protections against spam, a whole bunch of stuff here that I just don't have time to get into. I hope that answers your question, Jamie. It's a great one. And I hope that Listping or FeedBlitz will get you, one of those will get you well on your way to managing your emails and growing a large and responsive email list. So thanks, Jamie, again for your question. Somebody from my staff will be in contact with you shortly via email. And to everyone else, again, just a reminder, visit busyness.com and look for the Ask Dr. Brad icon. Click on that, submit any question that you'd like about busyness, productivity, time management, online business, entrepreneurship, parenting, whatever it may be. Let's open the gamut here because if I can't answer it, I'll get somebody who can. So thanks, Jamie, again, and I look forward to finding and receiving and answering more questions from the rest of the viewers. So that wraps up our show today. I'd like to thank you for watching episode number 13 and ask you to come back next Thursday for episode 14. And I'll give you a little sneak preview. There's a gentleman, a business strategist, one of the best business consultants that's out there today. It's an almost 30-minute interview. We target 5 to 8 minutes. It's almost 30 minutes. You're not going to want to miss it. I know it's long, but it's just filled with advice. I was taking notes myself. So come back next week, and I'd like to remind you also to register to be notified of our new shows when they are released. And you can do that by visiting busyness.com and entering your name and email address, or by subscribing via iTunes. Also, don't forget to like us at facebook.com/busyness TV and twitter.com/busyness TV. As always, I'd love to hear your feedback and comments. Scroll down below, enter in your comments, and from every show, I'm picking one lucky winner for a special, special gift. So get involved, comment below, and I will engage with you there. I look forward to speaking with you very soon and seeing you back here next week for the next episode of the Busyness TV Show. I'm Dr. Brad Semp. Have a wonderful week.